It is the management of Subros that manufactures automotive air conditioners across segments, whether it's passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, even for the Indian Railways. Their net profits went up 66%. The margins expanded. It was a decent set of numbers, actually. The company ended FY24 with a near 10% top-line growth. P.K. Duggal, the CEO at Subros, joins us now to talk about that. Mr. Duggal, good morning. It's been a decent year for you, but in FY25, tell us, can you manage to do double-digit growth on the top line? Also, where are you seeing maximum orders coming from now between passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, or even railways?
Thank you for having me on your show. Yes, FY24 was a good year for us after 2-3 years of muted growth. But FY25 need to be watched, I think, for next 2 quarters because there is a lot of uncertainty in the market. There are a lot of geopolitical issues which are on right now. Half of the world population is going through the election, so it may take another two quarters to stabilize on certain assumption. But yes, as Subros, we are targeting for double-digit growth even in FY25 based on the orders in hand. As you mentioned about from where these orders are coming, past vehicles, we have certain new orders from various customers, especially in the EV space. And truck market is another good area where the expansions are possible because of this new notification which is now in place for N2, N3 categories require air conditioning systems. So we are on with our customer for final negotiations. So these are the 2 domains where the maximum growth will come.
So for just one follow-up, in both EVs and the truck market, right? EV market, what is the contribution right now? How much can it go up to? And in the truck market, since the new rules have come into place, what kind of opportunity do you see over the next 12 to 18 months?
So EV is an evolving market in India right now. Overall, out of the total past vehicle, only 1.5% is the EV contribution right now. There are estimates that 10 to 15% by 2030, this EV market will contribute to the overpass market. Second, on truck market, since this notification is now rescheduled to October 25 SOP. So there's a huge market which is available, which will shift from blower to aircon. So maybe around market size of incremental market size around 200-250 crore is available. And we are trying to take a large chunk out of that.
Okay. All right, sir. Good morning. Prashant here. Now, you said double digit in FY25. Would this be sort of barely double digit? Would this be sort of a strong double digit? Can you be a bit more specific? That'll help.
Very difficult to be very precise, but as I mentioned, there is a quite uncertainty, and we are looking at a very moderate growth in the auto market as of now, but it will be in early double digit.
Early double digits. Margins, sir, came in at about 8.6% for the full year. Could you tell us what your expectations are there? Would you be able to grow that, or you think it'll be around this level in 25?
No, it has to grow because we were better off, I think, pre-COVID from margin point of view. So we have to catch up to that level very quickly. Things are now easing out. The commodity prices are softening, but in between this Red Sea or geopolitical issues are now under watch. So we will be waiting for another 1 quarter for.
All right. Hi, Mr. Duggal. Good morning and good to see you. An interesting point you made, right? Margins, I recall, between 2015 to 2020 were around 11%. And then they came down to mid-single digits and now they've rebounded. So, in the near term, I think the goal was to get to around 10% margins. Does that happen in FY25? And post that, I think the longer term is to get to around 12%. So when does that happen?
So you're right. So our first milestone is to reach to 10%. And of course, next 2 to 3 years, we need to break that earlier height. So we are trying to make our aggressive plan for cost optimization during next 2 to 3 years.
All right. So that's one factor out of the way, moving to 12% in the next 2 to 3 years. Also, your mix, I think 77%, 77% comes from PVs. And out of that, I think Maruti is one of your biggest customers out there. But you were looking at growing the non-PV part of the business as well. So could you tell us for the last year, what was the contribution coming in from PV? And how do you see this mix shaping up going ahead?
So PV growth in last 2-3 years is proportionately higher than all other segments. So truck segment, bus segments were almost muted during COVID and just after the COVID period. So truck market will grow in FY 25-26. So PV still will be dominating in our total revenue pie. But again, going by next 2 to 3 year assumption, where our truck sales as well as railway sales will grow proportionately higher than the PV segment. So we are looking at around 80-20 ratio of our total revenue coming from PAS vehicle and two others.
Okay, so 80% from PAS vehicles and 20% from the others. Two more segments where you are, working on some business expansion. One of them is railways and the other one is refrigeration trucks. So can you tell us exactly what is the order visibility like in railways? How much could the incremental orders look like? And in refrigeration trucks as well, what is the incremental order visibility?
So in railways, we are going very aggressive now because we get into a coach aircon from the driver cabin. So railways are basically on tender business. So government is pushing very hard now for having a aircon cabin much more than earlier. So we got into two major tenders right now, and product servicing is now happening for that. There are large tenders in pipeline. It's very difficult to quantify as of now, but we are going very aggressive in railway as an overall segment expansion. Second point is on refrigeration truck. This is going slow as of now because still a lot of potential is there in this market. Product readiness is there, and we are trying with the large OEM to now go for a fleet level implementation. So still it will take 2 to 3 years market time to grow in this market. That's how is the current status.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Duggal, for joining us. Good luck, and we'll touch base mid-quarter once again to take stock. So early double-digit revenue growth, margins, at least medium-term target. First target, not in 25, but first from 8.6 to about 10%. That's what they plan to do to get it.